show you my collection of the NARS Audacious lipsticks. There are 40 total NARS Audacious lipsticks. I only have 7 of them, so by no means do I have a complete collection, but I just absolutely love these lipsticks. I think I got my first one maybe in like September or October of last year. I'm not quite sure, but the first one I ever got was Anita, and I just fell in love with that one, and I've just been kind of accumulating them ever since. I have a really bad habit of buying like 2 at a time, and I most recently went to Las Vegas, and they have a NARS store in Caesar's Palace there. So I was actually able to pick up one of the NARS store exclusive shades as well, which I was extremely excited about. So I'm just going to go through, show you the shades that I have. They're obviously like the colors that I picked from the collection that I thought that I would enjoy and wear the most. And they have all really fun names. They're just all names of different girls. I feel like I have a pretty nice little range of colors. I have a couple that are similar, but that's just because it's what I like. So really quickly, I'm going to read you the description of what NARS says that an audacious lipstick is. An audacious lipstick is dramatic depth and unstoppable character. It's a modern lipstick so shamelessly seductive in touch and texture that the sensation is audacious. Unadulterated luxury glides on like satin across skin with single stroke coverage, a spectrum of 40 shades for unstoppable impact. It claims to have one stroke, full coverage, creamy wear. I would agree with that. Luxurious texture and enriched with ingredients to smooth and nourish lips. It does feel very moisturizing, and the third claim is that it's long lasting, which I would agree with as well. The 7 colors that I have are Anita, Annabella, Barbara, Dominique, Jane, Leslie, and Raquel. So I'm going to go through them one by one and just kind of share a little bit more of them with you and show you the swatches. And I'm going to take it in alphabetical order just because that's how I actually have them organized. I have them in this little lipstick holder. This is pretty much like my faves. I have 3 Bite Beauty lipsticks right here. I have 2 like regular NARS lipsticks, and then I have my 7 Audacious lipsticks in this guy. So the first one alphabetically is Anita, which is also the first color that I bought, and it's also the one that I use or have used the most. So the NARS Audacious lipsticks have this amazing packaging. They are square in shape, unlike a traditional rounded lipstick, I guess, or it's not quite like a normal bullet. It's square, and then the lid and the bottom of the lipstick are actually magnetic, which makes it feel extremely luxe. I love the packaging of these lipsticks. And then it says, just very subtly, it's just black on black, it says NARS on the lipstick. And then, so this is Anita, as I mentioned, and this is probably my most used, and as you can see, the lipsticks actually say NARS on them as well, so super, super luxurious. And Anita is described as an antique rose. I think it's a very pretty color for every day. It's like your lips, but a little bit darker, just turning up the volume a little bit. I don't really know what to say, but I love this color. So Anita is that first one. And the next color alphabetically that I have is Annabella. And Annabella is described as a poppy rose. This is actually one of the colors that I bought in Vegas. So I've just worn this once. I just bought this last week, actually, is when I was in Vegas. And I wore this out one of the nights we went out. I actually have some pictures on my Instagram of me wearing this lipstick. I adored this color. I actually went to the store and I wanted to buy a lipstick. I knew I was going to buy a NARS Audacious lipstick. I didn't know which color I was going to get, and I wanted a very bright orangey red. I wouldn't say this one is super orangey, but it's just such a beautiful bright red. It's not going to make your teeth look yellow. I by no means have very white teeth, and this was fine on me. I was happy with the way it looked. It did wear very nicely. I wore it for hours because I put it on in my hotel room, let's say at like 10 before we went out, and we got home at like 1:30 or 2 in the morning, and it had just worn off very nicely. It didn't leave a ring around my lips. It just kind of left a nice poppy red tint. So very impressed with Annabella so far, even though I've only used it once. Next up, I have Barbara, and Barbara is described as a tan rose. This is one of the lighter shades that I own. As you can see, it just looks like a nude, and this is a really flattering color. I got this one pretty recently, so I haven't worn it a ton because I have another nudish shade that I'll show you later when it's time for that letter of the alphabet. But Barbara is very pretty. Like I said, it's a tan rose. It's just a pretty neutral everyday shade. This isn't gonna offend anyone. This isn't, you know, anything crazy. It's just a very nice, neutral, everyday wearable shade, and that is Barbara. I think Barbara is the one that's also always sold out online. I had to go and buy this in store because I always wanted to order this on either the Sephora website or the NARS website, and it's just always sold out. So it's obviously a popular shade, and I can see why. It's definitely wearable, and I really do enjoy it. Next up, I have Dominique, and Dominique is described as a pink lilac. I would say this is definitely more lilac than it is pink. This is the color that I bought in Vegas in the NARS store that's like an exclusive. You can only buy it through NARS, like you can't buy this at Sephora. I'm not sure if you can buy this on the NARS website or not. But like in the NARS store in Vegas, they had the exclusive shades separated from the regular shades. So I think they have 10 exclusive and 30 regular. And so this is one of the exclusive ones that they had, and I just had to buy it. I've actually heard a lot of hype about this shade on YouTube. So I wanted to try it out for myself, and it is definitely more on the purple side. Like I pulled this out to wear to work one day recently, and I did put it on my lips, and then I just decided, you know what, this is too purple to actually go to work with. So I had to like put another lipstick on top, or the color wasn't right. But for the weekend, I'm actually wearing it right now, mixed with Anita, actually the color that I showed you first, and I really, really do love this shade. The day that I bought it in Vegas, I put it directly on my lips while we were in the mall, and I wore it until, you know, I got back to the hotel that evening, and I just loved it. It wears very nicely. It's a very flattering shade. Like I said, it is a little bit of a purple tint, so if you're not comfortable with having purple lips, then this may not be the shade for you, but so far I am really enjoying Dominique. Next shade is Jane, and Jane is described as a terracotta rose. This color is very pretty, and I don't think I've heard anyone on YouTube talk about it. Granted, I do not watch everyone on YouTube, but I haven't heard much about this color, and I think it's gorgeous. Terracotta rose, it's definitely on point. I love anything terracotta. You put the terracotta word in anything, and I'm like, yes, I love that color. It's kind of like that bricky kind of red with a little bit of brown in it, and this color, it's not too dark. It's definitely wearable for every day. I actually took this with me to work the other day, and I was applying it throughout the day, so definitely wearable for any kind of environment, and it's just a really pretty everyday rosy reddish kind of shade without going for like too bright of a red like Annabella. So that is Jane. Next up is Leslie, and Leslie is described as a cherry wood color. I actually have not worn Leslie yet because I bought this actually at the same time that I bought Jane. I was in kind of like a ready terracotta kind of mood, and then I never took this with me to Vegas, and I ended up buying the other red, Annabella, and I don't wear red extremely frequently, but I knew that I wanted to have a classic red shade in the NARS Audacious formula because the formula of these lipsticks, you guys, is just outstanding. It's unbelievable. And so I purchased Leslie. It's probably the darkest shade that I own out of all of the other colors, and it is just a deep red color. It's very neutral. It definitely does not have a blue undertone. It's not too cool. It's definitely more of a warm red, but it's not too bright either. It's not like Annabella. So it's darker than Jane, but dustier than Annabella is what I would say. So that is Leslie. And then the last shade in my collection is Raquel, and this is probably my second most used shade after Anita. Raquel is described as a pink beige, and it's probably the lightest shade I own out of the whole collection. It is a very nude, and it's almost too nude or too light for me, but I do feel like I get away with it. It's not, I mean, like especially with a lip liner or something to darken it up a little bit, it's fine. But when I first got Raquel, I thought it was too light, and so I never really wore it that much. And then I went on a vacation, we went to Colorado in December, and I took this with me on the trip. And so I wore it a lot, like every single day, and I really grew to love it. You can wear it during the day, it's definitely not too much. It's just a really pretty neutral kind of pink. So yeah, that is Raquel. So that is it for my NARS Audacious Lipstick Collection. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. The main takeaway is I just absolutely love this lipstick formula. I would say if you haven't tried these lipsticks out, go check them out maybe on the Sephora website or the NARS website and try to see if there's a color you like. Because I promise you, when you try that color, it's going to be like your favorite lipstick. You're just going to be like, oh my gosh, I want to wear this every day, I want to take this everywhere, but then I'm kind of torn because I don't want to take it everywhere because they're really expensive, and I don't think that's something I've mentioned yet, but it's kind of implied because it's NARS, but these are pricey lipsticks. I believe they're $32 a piece, and I apologize because my phone just beeped. But yes, they are pricey, so keep that in mind, but I would say that they are worth it, and NARS does occasionally, and I say like very occasionally, like I know on Black Friday, for example, they did 20% off of of your whole purchase. So if you wait for something like that, you'll save some money, or if you wait for something like the Sephora VIB sale, where you get 20% off. So there is a way to get money off of these products, but they are pricey, so I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that in the video. But with that being said, again, they're definitely worth it in my opinion. I think they're honestly the best lipsticks I've ever tried, and that's over the Bite Beauty ones as well, which used to be my favorites. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed watching my NARS Audacious Lipstick Collection. Please leave me a comment below if you have any questions. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. That would be awesome. And thumbs up this video as well if you liked it. So that is it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.